I'm just gonna post the stream in chat. Alright, just need to go to Twitch. Gotta copy the link. Share. Come on, phone. Load. Alright, now I need to post on Discord that I'm on, and then we're good. Alrighty, we are good. So welcome back to the stream, guys. So today we're continuing the last stream I did, where we are going to be looking at some of my older worlds. Like, by older I mean like from years and years ago. So last time I'm pretty sure we ended with my zombie invasion world from back when I played on 360. Let's just check. Yep, that was the one we ended with. So yeah. So next we gotta see the. Okay, this is an old creative world I made called After Earth. So there's a story behind this. So I made this to be like, once again, like I said before, I tried to make like, I guess, interactive Minecraft series back when I was way younger with my friends at the time. Like I did Crafting Dead, I did Neighbors, and then this is the other one I made. Pretty much like the whole concept was that me and my friend were both cryogenically frozen. Like, and we're meant to be like unfrozen if, you know, the world was coming to an end or whatever. So then we were unfrozen and we were in this ship thing. Wow, this looks really bad. Also, if you're in the chat, come say hi. What the heck? Redstone, and the redstone blocks, I'm pretty sure, as well as coal blocks. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use them to build. And it doesn't even look like a kitchen. For a kitchen, so cringe. Evolution that will smile, I guess, in the to us. Then in here to make something like. Hold on, it's in here. Okay, I tried Ender's Game. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that movie before. I try to make like what happened in the beginning of that, like a pop at the time. Pressure. Yeah. Then whenever you were done, I guess you would just walk out over here. So yeah. And then over here was what that is actually. A bunch of empty rooms. All empty? No. Oh, this is meant to be the bedrooms, but I couldn't get people to play with, so I only made one for myself. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I've definitely done better, but definitely shows my signs of. I'm starting to get a little bit better with interiors. No, I'm not. Looking at this room. I mean, like bedrooms and stuff like that. I like I guess. And then that's pretty much everything. That was lame. I guess, very small. Because I was like, I'm gonna get this built. I'm gonna have someone to play with, and it'll be very fun. And then I never got anyone to play with me, and yeah. um. Okay, Star Wars: Age of Reform. This is another like story type world I want to make with my friends, but I actually had people to play with. Pretty much, we made like Star Wars ships and like rebel bases and random stuff, just because we were all fans of Star Wars, and we thought it'd be pretty cool to build. So, yeah. This is the rebel base. I don't know why there's glowstone in the ceiling, but okay. And there's dead bushes. I think I'm trying to make it look abandoned, kinda. But then be like, oh crap, this is abandoned base, and we're gonna come back here and use it again. And I'm pretty sure this is right when the acacia doors came out, so that's why those are here. This meant to be like the control room. I don't know what's supposed to be on that item frame, but oh, how did there all the way? It goes up, and then up here it shows all of our different ships that me and my friends built. Like I built this X-wing. This is my X-wing. I made like a custom ship right here, I guess. I also made a speeder, and then one of my friends actually built these two ships, as well as the Clone Wars walker things down here. And over here we have like this building, and I don't remember, is there anything on the inside? I think oh yes, there's the walker. Okay, this is like meant to be like somewhere where the Empire stores their stuff on Hoth or whatever. And then over here we built what was meant to be stormtroopers, and there's like a tank. I think those are like the battle droid tanks, and then walkers, more walkers, TIE fighters. Well, all this is built by my friend though. My friend did all this. As you can see that we were both starting to rely on tutorials a lot more. So this is when I started to get into it. So that's why my builds look better, is because I watched tutorials by now. So I started to get better with tips and tricks with building and stuff like that, because if you didn't know, the best way to get better at building is to watch tutorials so you can understand patterns and whatnot. So yeah, and I built this ship meant to look like the underwater ship from Phantom Menace. I don't know why I made it flying, but alright. Then I also built a control tower over here. I mean, I feel like this design still holds up. I don't think I could actually design something as good as this anymore, because these are actually kind of hard to build. I'm actually kind of proud of that. But then I also built this weird ship right here, like meant to it was like a prisoner transport ship that I built, custom design. And you can see the world border actually. You can see the old generation versus the new generation over there. Line dividing it in the middle right there. Yeah, that was this world. Trying to think what's next. Oh, the big project. Yes, this is a very interesting point of my more like part, I guess, of my building career. So pretty much I decided I want to make my own Disney cruise boat, and hold on, I want to go outside first. Is this the outside? I think it is, yeah. So I was starting to build it. I never finished it, as you could tell. It was a very big project. I mean, it looks kind of like a cruise ship, just a very basic one. I remember building the front of the ship was the hardest part. It was very, very hard to get like the roundness down. And I don't know what happened, but someone like griefed the inside, and you can see the front is a little bit messed up right here. Yeah. It goes all the way over there. Don't know what happened with that, but But yeah, if we go on the ship, you'll see different much because but this because of course everywhere needs to have DVC check-in table. I don't know why I made everything oak wood and I don't know lights on the ceiling, but you know we're just gonna deal with it. I was gonna make the restaurant from the Disney Fantasy the Animator's Palette. It used to be, but yeah, someone decided we're gonna destroy it, so that happened. Yeah, the kitchen and everything is just destroyed. I don't know who did this and why they did it, but yeah. Someone just came through and just went like a tornado and just destroyed everything, which I hate when people do that because people work hard on builds, me included, and I don't tolerate griefing, but we're just not really going to talk about that. And these are meant to be bathrooms. Stairs. Over here, I made a theater playing Big Hero 6. Doesn't even look like a screen. I just made Baymax. Yeah, it's messed up as well. And oh, this is the most sentimental part of the ship in my opinion. The D lounge, which dedicated to my someone that used to be my best friend. Who, it's not that I don't like the person, they're a great person. It's just we lost contact, I guess. And then this is the D store to match the lounge, I guess. And then if we go upstairs, we only have 2 floors. And I never finished the second floor, just oak wood rooms. Hold on, go to the other side where the rooms kind of look better. Oh, these are rooms with, you know, room keys. So if I just go in, fridge, shulker boxes, and yeah, the rooms are just destroyed. I don't know who did this and why. Sad though, this was meant to be like one of the bigger staterooms. Sad to see, but yeah, that was pretty much everything from this world. Oh, Cityville 2.0. So this is meant to be a sequel to Cityville, which you'll see later. Which, or at least an older version of it, because the latest version got destroyed. So, you're gonna see an older version of it. But, so this was meant to be like a neighborhood, I guess. A couple of my friends did tutorial houses. My brother built this house to kind of copy the tutorial house over there. Cousin made this house. This is my house. The upstairs especially. The entire house, though, just looks disgusting from the outside. And the interior is just very basic. I mean, very bland interior for sure. The upstairs is probably the best looking place, honestly. And then I also made a, I don't know why I have logs there, but okay. I have a CVS here, I guess. We just put potions in here. The CVSs aren't even green. They don't have blue windows. I don't know why we did that. I really don't. And then this is private, no trespassing. Oh, so we get to his backyard, I see. We had, so a part of a storyline we did involved a house with our neighbor being noisy. We didn't like the neighbor, so we blew up his house. It wasn't a real person. I actually built the house. I just wanted something to blow up, I guess. And then, like on the neighbor's world, there's also an IHOP here as well, for some reason. Very basic design, but it's here. And then there's a pretty decent looking sandwich shop across the street. Pretty nice looking. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the design of this. I like the use of the hay bales on the ceiling too. Very, very good. The kitchen could use a touch up, but it's great. And then there's this building with horses and cows in it. I don't know what that is. Yeah, that was Cityville 2.0. You'll see the original Cityville, which is much better, but not great, but much better. Do I want to go to Rayanne next? I'll have to wait for that. I guess we can go to Cityville now. So, Cityville is a very, very important world in my process of building, for sure. Which I will start here. Is house I built, or then I once, as you can see, at one point I was obsessed with the desert style of houses, which is why this one is that style. Yeah, just this interior isn't as bad as the one on the other world. Still not great though, but it's decent. Torch spam though, which I don't do anymore. Yeah, just couches and got a backyard with. The reason why there's granite and red sandstone is because I got this like right when those things came out. The backyard was when those things came out. Yeah, if I go upstairs, got a little balcony with a couch, which is nice, and then here we got a bathroom. And then we have my bedroom, which doesn't look great, but it's there. Bathroom. You can see it's the best house of mine that we've seen so far, but still it could be better. And then one of my old friends built this. Random houses I built. That's my house. Yeah. And then for some reason we had a rule of not building mansions. Then my friend decided, how about we build a mansion? And I got pissed at him for it for some reason. So yeah. But over here we just got a bunch of different house designs I tried out. This one I really like the design of. I think that one looks nice, but the rest are just very weird block choices and everything. Definitely not block choices I would choose anytime soon, like bedrock. This house looks disgusting. And then my friend that built the mansion also built this house. Built a pet store, horse place. This house, and then after a while I came back and like tried to build again, and I built this house more recently. Still not my best. That was me like starting to do rustic, and I thought it was good at the time. I don't think it's good. It didn't age well, let's just say that. And then when I was house a couple of months ago, I was bored, so I just built this small modern house design, cause why not? And I actually think this one looks really cool. Not gonna lie, I like this one. Don't know what that is. I don't think. And then there's the Walgreens Cookie Factory. I built this 7-Eleven. That does not look like a 7-Eleven. There's I said this was FedEx. It's just a white square with quartz. It's the most bland build ever. Oh my gosh, that's very old. I said this was GameStop. Doesn't look like a game. I don't know if this was a good idea to design. No. It looks like 80s McDonald's. That does look super modern. I mean, the interior isn't. Oh, the torch spam though. But besides that, it's great. And then for some reason I built a blacksmith shop here and a bus stop. Oh, and then another reason why I got good with build tutorials is because, or I got good at more build tutorials like the police station. It looks pretty cool. This wall does cop this wall. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's that, and we have the YouTube headquarters here, which I still think this design still kind of holds up. Once again, try to make modern designs that look very much not modern. Just weird. And then I also built this train line. I try to make it based off of The Sims, so that's why you'll see emeralds. And then if you see my YouTube channel, you'll know what this building is. I won't go into too much detail of it because of that. I don't know who built this. It's a weird building. My friend was going to build a apartment building that he never finished. Fire station I built. My friend built a school that he never finished. Don't know what this building is. I built a little park here. My brother built a Dunkin' Donuts. I built this hospital, once again from a tutorial. I was going to make a theme park and then never built it. That's what I think it's called Funland over Cityville. Then me and my friend were going to build an airport. I was going to do the domestic side, which is this side, then my friend was going to build this side, unfinished like his other projects. This is like this is like where you get the food and everything, not necessarily the gate place yet. It's like the food court. And then I built an ice cream shop over here. I still think this design looks pretty decent. It still holds up a little bit. Still too much torch spam, but that's an issue with this world for sure. I've gotten better at hiding lighting. My brother built Sony Tower, and then recently, not really recently, I built this like 2 or 3 years ago. I built these 2 towers, so you can see my building more recently compared to back then. Actually, this is more like 4 years ago, yeah. Right after 1.12 came out, I decided to try out the new concrete blocks, and I built these buildings with them, and they turned out pretty nice. You'll see these designs again come up later, because I really, really liked how they came out, so I wanted to reuse them in a later world. Yeah, that was Cityville, and once again, there was a much later version that's also more recent, but I lost it because it got griefed, and I didn't make copies of it. So. That's the sad reality of playing Minecraft, though. You have to deal with it. So next, we are going to go to probably the second most important world that I own at the moment. This would be the third if I had another world, which also, it didn't get griefed, but I didn't make backups of it, and it got corrupted, so you'll see what I mean when I get to that later. But, this is one of my worlds called Rayanne, which is my own version of a Pokemon region that me and my friends make. We did this end of 2019, beginning of 2020, after a world that later got corrupted that I was just mentioning. And this is pretty much, I want to make a city in the jungle biome, I guess, and I built this giant, some more other skyscrapers. Never actually got to finish the city, but then I also did some like tall grass, like the Pokemon games, where you could just walk in and, battle Pokemon. Then over here, there was, like, the hidden Pokeballs you would get in the games with items. So, like, the discs were, like, the TMs. And this is meant to replicate a route you would see. Very nice design. And then this is going to be, like, the entrance to the city, I guess. And then also, if you go, like, diving down, like in the Pokemon games, you would see, oh, look, there's a hidden Pokeball here. And then, like, in the other games, there's, like, the floating rocks that divide up the water. So, yeah. And you'll see that again over here, which take forever to build. Let me. But hey, it looks pretty cool. And then yeah, custom palm trees. I say custom, yet I just did a tutorial, copy and paste. And then we got the coffee shop, which was a thing in Gen 7 in Pokemon. These things were built in Gen 7, which is a weird thought. Oh, I'm not gonna go there, whatever, in that place. But if I go this way. At least I believe it's this way. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. So if I fly this way, grab some rockets really quick if that's okay with you guys. We just have a couple of, this is like meant to be the starter town, so a couple of buildings. I was still bad at rustic builds, so I built this thinking it was a nice looking rustic build, but it doesn't look rustic at all, really. But if you look at the interior, you can see my interior styles are much better than they were before. I mean, I could use carpet up here, but everything else looks, I mean, the floor pattern, once again, really good design choice, I think. much better than how it used to be, but and then you'll see this is a rustic house my friend built. You'll see it gets better back then. He built a house with a hat, which I still find very funny. Very funny. I lost my voice there for a second. Yeah, I guess I'll show the interiors of a couple of these buildings so you can see how much better that got as well. So this is meant to be like a research lab thing. Not really a lobby. Then if you can see there's some holding cells for like the different Pokemon, because this is like where they research them. See more exhibits. Design, I mean, this is close to my modern design. Oh, you see, also you can see the path I built. Very better that you've seen on the past worlds. And then this is my Pokemon Center design, which I still think is one of my best designs I've ever done in Minecraft. I mean, it looks so sick, but the interior is kind of lacking here, I will say. Then I also built this building right here, which is bad design. I don't. And I promise you, I think this building over here was good, to my knowledge. This is like the evil team base. Lobby area right here. Go up. Library. Not three-dimensional though, just did stuff along the walls. Oh, but then there's like the kitchen where the employees are. Yeah. I'm not gonna explore the entire thing because you get the idea. Better than before. Is the best way to describe my interior work by this point. But then if we fly this way, that leads to my friend's city, which he did a fairy type character. He did pixel art, like pixelate ability, so he did all this pixel art. This is like the first. Okay, so I am someone that does not do pixel art, admittedly. But this is like one of the first pixel arts I ever built was this score bunny right here. And then I also built the little rock ruff. I didn't do any. That was it, because it was still very new to strong suit at the time. You'll see other strong suits coming later. The gist of this world is pretty good. And also, I just gotta say, just don't question the fact that there's sands and papyrus right here beneath our Lord and Savior on the cross, Colonel Sanders. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, that was like 1.5 years ago was when we did that world. So brings us to today. And that brings us to Aquacraft 2. Aquacraft 2 Electric Boogaloo. So something to note. This world was not, you're probably wondering, where's the first Aquacraft? That's the world that got corrupted. So me and like 5 or 6 other people all played on this world for like a year. It was like survival Minecraft. And it was just so much fun because we all had like it was like the theme was we all had our own little islands. And we all had different bases on these different islands. And it was themed to water. So that's why it was called Aquacraft. And it was a very fun server that I still miss to this day. And if I could go back to that time, I would. But with that being said, Aquacraft 2 happened. That's our most recent world. And why is it Aquacraft 2? Well, it wasn't always this way, actually. So, my friend that is Filipino in Minecraft, and I say he's Filipino, which I'm guessing you're like, why does it matter if he's Filipino? It's because we called the world Asian Craft after him as an inside joke, I guess. And that was this world. We started it in survival mode, and then we moved it to creative mode. And you'll see just how advanced my builds have gotten since then. I'm not going to do an in-depth tour because there's literally so much crap on this world to where it's like, I can't show you everything because there's just so much to digest and so much to see. So, I'm just gonna give you the basic rundown of the areas and everything, so you can see how different our build styles are now. So this was the house I did in survival mode. Hours to build. I first rebuilt it in survival mode just so I can get the dimensions perfect, so I don't have to build. And my friend built an iceberg home in survival mode. My other friend built, I'll show you the house. Right over there. He built that in survival mode over there. And, yeah, so we started this in survival mode. Like, the stables here I built in survival mode. This little house over here I built in survival mode. And one day, my friend has decided, you know what, I'm tired of survival mode, so I'm going to build a modern hotel far away in creative mode. So we started making a creative mode city, and the creative mode spread to everything else, essentially. And so it led of this iceberg biome in it. I built the Vanillux back there, believe it or not. Yep, I actually built bigger pixel art. I also built the Mega Blaziken and the Pikachu right there as well. And I decided, what is the thing I'm weakest with? And I said, terraforming. So I turned a savanna biome with acacia and bushes, bone mealed the grass, all grass everywhere. I'm trying to make elaborate pathways with a rock wall surrounding everything. Absolutely everything, which that was a big hassle. I tried to do a custom cliff side for this. I actually put the cliff in survival mode, believe it or not. And I put the diamonds in there in survival mode. That's old. But yeah, I just really wanted to flush out everything I built here. And I finished it a couple of days ago because this is actually going to be the last video I make on this world because we're actually restarting when the new update comes out because this world took up too much file space. And I don't want to make it so big so we're making the decision to end it. Yeah, I built these flower fields, and I made a little pirate area down here the other week, like last week, and it turned out pretty cool. Then I built this really weird and wacky nether portal design, and also whoever's in the chat, say hello. I'd like to speak to you. Oh, they left. Okay. And, yeah, that was just one of the many different areas here. This was my friend's survival area. You could see how different the builds are compared to everything else because very basic, minimalistic survival designs. And you'll see how different his builds are in the more creative mode areas. But yeah, I did so much terraforming to where, like, you can see the beaches and stuff. There's slabs and stairs everywhere. Buttons, custom palm trees. Yes, I even built a farm over here, which took forever to build. And sadly, one of the things we couldn't get to, but tried to work on, is a theme park called Sandsland. I couldn't finish it, though. Sad about. And my pride and joy of this world still has to be my project from a year ago, which was building Space Mountain for Walt Disney World. And this took me so long, not only the outside, but the inside as well. And I didn't actually just make it normal Space Mountain. I wanted it to feel, you know, my own version, different. So yes, it has the roller coaster elements here, but the inside, it's actually a, well, Starport 7.5, which is what off of. And if we go in, you'll see my interior once we finish the minecart ride. Try to make some nods to the actual ride itself, right here. Okay, so this is how I did interiors a week ago. You'll see in-depth pathways. Try to get as much greenery as possible because that brightens up a room. Once again, more greenery at the waterfall in the middle of the stairwell. And then this is my apartment on the top of the Space Mountain. I mean, it looks sick. I still think this looks sick, even though I built this a year ago. I mean, I absolutely love this. I feel like my building style has gotten much better since I first played Minecraft, and I can't believe I am able to accomplish something like this now. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of very underdeveloped and bad builds too, but that we make as jokes, obviously, and there's the bottom level of this is an example of that. We made a Star Wars prequels memes museum just for fun. Yeah. Now we can just go back out and yeah. My friend actually helped me build the rail line up because I struggled with it quite a bit actually. But yeah, I wasn't able to finish the pathway over here. All these trees are hand placed, hand bone mealed, everything. But yeah, this is Main Street. I took the Pokemon Center design because I really liked it from the other world, and I really wanted to embrace that because that's like one of my pride and joys of that last world. But yeah, and then we also have a ice cream shop I built here, little record shop, hot dog stand. I also did a bunch of little skyscrapers. Here's one. I did the town hall, which looks bad from this side, but this side it looks freaking awesome. Town hall. Courthouse, which I did both of these builds based off of pictures that I found on the internet. And then I also did this really cool modern house design as well. It's meant to be an Airbnb, but you get the idea. And then modern apartment building, office building, more office buildings and whatnot. We were gonna build a Disney Quest. We never actually finished it, but we got some decent work done. You can see the first level is complete. Look at the floor, even more in depth than the floor from the Space Mountain. Yeah, my build style just got much better by this time, and my friend and I focused on my friend did this floor of the interior, so not necessarily my style. I think you can see that, but this floor I did myself, and I think you could tell that. Like I had this wall divider. I did the restaurant over here. The restaurant has a fleshed out roof and everything. Made it look pretty nice with like the 90s aesthetic kind of thing with it. And I think it turned out pretty good. And then another recent interior I did was the cake shop here. I should probably have put a rug here. Regretted. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah. And then there's just a where you cook the stuff, and there's just a whole interior here for the cake shop and the apartments above and whatnot. Just a nice little sit, and yeah. And then over here we have a bunch of other my friends built. And then the best exterior I've ever done in a modern house. The interior is awful. Because I made the exterior look so good, or the interior not work, so I screwed myself with that. But and then over here's the first time I actually used the leaf for the terraforming that I used multiple times throughout the world. See it with the stage. Yeah, and then something else you'll see a lot is map art. Sadly, I wasn't able to do the interior, but you'll see with the Popeyes over here, I did map art, which I did it on 4 maps for this one, and that took me forever. Actually, I ate Popeyes for dinner yesterday. Popeyes is pretty good. Yeah, and you'll see some other stuff. I'll fly around a bit. We have our fantasy area over here. You'll see over here, this is like a point of the world when I got lost interest about a year ago. And I just made everything bad intentionally because I just did not care. You'll see a horse racing track with absolutely no personality or design because I just did not care. But I didn't change it after I got motivation because I thought, you know what? It's just going to show you how the flow of interest works. And this is like our rustic area with a bunch of rustic buildings and a mushroom skyscraper I couldn't finish the interior for. And then one of the things I wanted to do was make pink sand beaches because it's an actual thing that actually exists. And pink sand beaches they happen when seashells get mixed in with the sand and it causes the beaches to turn pink. And that's another example of my terraforming skills becoming much better than they were before. Much better actually. And we go back over here. I'm actually gonna teleport, I think. Hold on, I need to text my parents really quick. All right. Another recent build I did was desert area. Couldn't finish it sadly, but if you watch a certain YouTuber that is, you'll know what this build is based off of. I was really into the design, so I tried to make my own version of it, and I just try to make other desert builds. I like this building a lot, especially. I feel like I use way too much buttons and cross patterns, which I definitely need to work on desert design more, which is something I might work on in the future. We'll see. And then we have a museum to the original Aquacraft, which I'm not going to go inside of because the history just has so much ups and downs. It's just not worth explaining all of it and going through all of it. But I'm not sorry. I keep going back and forth. I'm just going to use the teleporter room over here to get to another one of my areas. The teleporter room is actually hidden underneath these boats. I wanted to try to use vehicles because there's never enough of those in Minecraft. So there's ancient ruins underwater meant to represent the ancient ruins from the first Aquacraft world, which in the storyline I said they got flooded, which is why they are underwater now. And Coast Guard are trying to protect it from further damage, and that's why they put that that modern barrier around it. So we're gonna go to Electrostone now, which is my rustic build. It is a very, very cool mine town design. And this is still one of my favorite builds I've ever done to this day. I couldn't necessarily get the church right, which makes me kind of sad, but that's like the only bad thing, I guess. But things like the saloon, I feel like this looks really cool. The bank, the sheriff's office. The general store is still my favorite build I've done. It turned out perfectly with the bull's head and everything. And there's some in-depth lore behind this, but yeah. And then I built a mine shaft inside of this custom mountain that I made with World Painter. And yeah, that's pretty much the evolution of my my builds. The newest stuff came with the interiors and the city, and finishing up Ever Valley as much as I could because we're ending the world. But I think my two friends that helped out with this world a lot because I probably wouldn't have had the motivation to do all the work I did on this world without them, and I wouldn't have been able to do this world without I guess just having the mentality to do it, because there were times when I felt like I shouldn't build this and didn't want to build it. But yeah, I guess you just gotta learn how to stick through something, and with this world it paid off because I feel like this world represents the best of my abilities and shows how much of an artist I can be. And yeah, I did a world tour, so if you want to check out the world tour video, you can. It doesn't have all of the new stuff that I did recently, but it has most of the things, so if you want to check that out, you can. It'll be on the YouTube channel, Twisted Electro, if you want to see that. Yeah, that is it for my evolution. And I guess it's time to end with an announcement. We will be starting either Aquacraft 3 or just a new world or something, just in general, as I said earlier, next week. Actually, we're going to be starting it on Tuesday, so if you like Minecraft, if you like building a lot, then you're really going to enjoy the future of our endeavors, and we have big plans for the Caves and Cliffs update. I've done so much exteriors and terraforming. Now I'm going to go back to focusing on the interiors. Gotta work on that, and I gotta try to make caves look cool, and that's what really what I want to do with the new update. I want to do what the update is, make cool cave bases and whatnot, and we are going to be going back to survival mode. No more creative for us, so if you want to check that out, I will probably be streaming my first day on Twitch. Come check it out. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys on Aquacraft 3, or whatever world it's gonna be. Peace.